So this is an update on my blind watch of The One Piece, my first viewing ever of this fantastic series. Last I updated you guys, I had just finished the basic recruitment arc. Essentially, we got Sanji on the squad, and they beat up Don Krieg. But I'll tell you, I am now much further into my One Piece adventure, and I cannot recommend this series enough to people who are afraid to dip their toes in the One Piece franchise. Because this series, this anime, this manga, it is fan-freaking-tastic. I'll tell you right now, the Arlong saga, the Arlong arc, the Arlong Park has to be currently my favorite arc of all, hands down. It was very good. I'll be honest, I was a little hesitant when I saw the shark men, and I thought, oh boy, this is where the One Piece jumps the shark, if you get the reference. But honestly, and also when I saw the shark people, I thought, oh god, here's the B villains. This is where shit gets weird. But in a lot of ways, I adored the entire gimmick. I like the idea of other species like these shark people in the One Piece world. Every saga, every arc seems to visit a new, more interesting island. This is fantastic. And the fact that Arlong's voice actor is the voice actor of Hercule in Dragon Ball Z just makes it even better. He was a great villain, and the best villain thus far. We find out so much about Nami's heartbreaking past, and nobody was falling for the fact that she was actually going to be a bad guy. It was a nice little touch there with the tattoo on the left shoulder. But, obviously, for a lot of reasons, she is a good person, but she was being manipulated by Arlong and just trying to pay him to buy her freedom and all of her people's freedom and buy her island, basically from Arlong, who works essentially for the sailors, the sailor people. This whole story was great. Arlong's generals were very fun. The Squid Man or Octopus Man with the six sword style. I think his name was Chew, who could spit. The guy with the lips, he could spit and snipe people, basically killing them. At least it looks like they died when they got hit by it. And the Fish Karate Man. They were all very fun. Hichan, I believe, was the Octopus Man. That fight, I'm loving the gimmick with Zoro fighting all the swordsmen in the opponent's factions. That's just never going to get old, if you ask me. It's so much fun. These shark people. It's also nice to get away from devil fruit users. I'm already at the Alabasta arc right now, and there's been a lot of devil fruit users. So it's nice that right here Oda's not leaning on the devil fruits, which I absolutely love, and it's a great object in this world. But at some point it feels like a lot, and I'm sure it's just going to get even crazier. But I love the cartoonish styles these devil fruits can add to the story. It gets so much. It gets really fun. The whole heartbreaking Nami backstory, her sister, her mother, who was voiced by her English voice actor, is Chi-Chi from Dragon Ball. Like I said, very familiar, really drawing me in. I'm telling you, this Funimation English dub is fantastic. The fact that we get to see these individual fights. Oh, I'm not going to skip this, by the way. The Arlong Park walk. When Nami finally breaks down and realizes she will never buy her freedom, and she finally asks Luffy to help her, who has been just basically laying around the island, not leaving, refusing to leave without Nami, even though she kept telling him, get out of town, even though she made it look like she had killed Usopp at one point. She asks him to finally help, and he puts the hat on her head and turns around, and essentially Usopp, Sanji, and Zoro are sitting there, and they are ready for action, and they were just waiting for their captain to give them the A-OK. This moment, for me, was the Rock Lee dropping the weights moment in Naruto. The moment we realized this anime isn't just good, it isn't just great, it's gonna be legendary. And this is a moment that transcends anime. This is a moment earned throughout this entire arc. And it really develops Luffy, saying that yes, he's a goofball, yes, he's sort of an airhead, but he knows when to get serious, and they know when to turn that serious button on like that. Even though on a drop of a dime, they could literally make me laugh my ass off in the next scene if they wanted to. But this Arlong Park walk to with the gang, with our four main men at the current time, was fantastic. Every member of the team gets an opportunity to fight a member of the Fishmen, Arlong's crew, and it's so much fun. I mean, Zoro's fight with Hachan, the octopus man, the 3 sword style versus the 6 sword style, was so much fun. The delayed reaction to his attack later on in the fight is unexpected and very cool. Zoro is leaking the cool factor. Sanji's fight with the karate, the fishman karate. Very fun. But both fights, let us see where these characters are at right now. Both fights really let us see how strong these two are. These are Luffy's generals. And I honestly feel like right now in the series, during this saga, Luffy, Sanji, and Zoro are all on equal footing. And a lot of people might say that Luffy's obviously stronger. I don't see that. In this fight, Zoro is still recovering from his damage he took from Hawkeye Mihawk. It's amazing. There's a part where Arlong notices that Zoro has been fighting with a devastating injury and essentially thinks, I need to kill this guy, because if I don't, he's going to kill me. And it really makes me feel like if Zoro wasn't injured, he could take down Arlong on his own. Something that takes almost a lot out of Luffy to get done. One more quick note from the Sanji fight is when the karate fishman decides to drive him down into the water at full speed and blood comes out of Sanji's mouth. That shit makes, close your eyes and go, ooh, I feel it. But boy, that guy can hold his breath, can't he? I really enjoyed them stretching Luffy's head out of the water so he could get CPR. That was pretty cool. But from there, we get to see Usopp fight against a guy that, at least in the anime, made it look like he was Arlong's top dog. This guy with the water sniper ability, I think his name was Chu. I could be wrong. That was fun. It really put Usopp up there as a strategist, a man who has a unique fighting style, something I didn't expect from him. You really start to like Usopp. You start to see his will to keep going even when the odds are obviously stacked against him. He finds a way out of no way. He turns chicken shit into chicken salad, and he finds a way to win with the Usopp hammer and much more. I believe he lights the dude on fire with some alcohol and a fire star that he launches off of his slingshot. I personally wish that he used guns later in the series. I don't think he will. He seems like this is his weapon, this slingshot thing, which is fine, and I can get used to that. But I feel like in a pirate world, they need a guy that can sling some bullets. And if Usopp's our gunner, he should get a gun. Just an idea. So that fight, in my opinion, was possibly the most developing for the characters and one of the most entertaining, hands down. And my one bad note from this entire arc is, honestly, Luffy and Arlong's fight seemed a little lackluster for how much they built this dude up as a beast, and essentially Luffy wins just because he says he's going to win. There is no... It didn't feel like he strategized. He didn't feel like he had some move he's been waiting to show us all. I think he dropped his leg from a very high point onto Arlong and through a building a few stories, which just didn't seem as devastating to a guy they've built up this entire saga. It wasn't a terrible fight. It just wasn't as good as the fights before it, I would say. I think that he had a lot to live up to here. He was able to break Arlong's sword with his hand. I haven't reached this point technically in the manga. I am also reading the manga when I have time. And I hope he doesn't do that. I hope that was a filler thing where he broke the sword with his hand. It just doesn't seem like he's been portrayed as that strong, that he could break this sword that's supposed to be his shark sword, which looked very cool. Honestly, Arlong, in my opinion, has the potential. And I know he's super evil, and if he didn't kill Nami's mom in front of her face, if a different member of his crew ended up doing that, he would be redeemable, I would say. And he could be a killer member of the Straw Hat crew. And in a lot of ways, he could have been the Vegeta of this series. And it would be great to have a fishman on the squad. Not someone necessarily with, what's it called? Oh my god, Devil Fruit's powers, but a beastie boy, a beefy boy, Arlong, a man who would want to, maybe down the line, sacrifice himself for Nami, of all people. That'd be sweet. He doesn't have to be on the team for long. Maybe down the line, that does happen. I don't know. I'm blindly watching this series, but in my opinion, he was a fun character who I really would enjoy seeing a lot of on the good side. But it didn't happen, and that's fine. I do feel Luffy needs a fishman. But from here, they have a big party. A very funny party. Luffy's running around looking for meat. It's fun. The party's fun. You get to learn why that dude with the pinwheel hat had the pinwheel to begin with, and it's touching, and he leaves the pinwheel at the grave of Nami's mother. It's great. We leave that arc definitely on top. This was the saga, in my opinion, that really made One Piece great. And after that, I mean, we really start to get to the grand line, I believe. There's a few little things that bugged me that I'm just going to bring up. The whale part of the series, the big whale guy, I really didn't like. It just didn't hit for me. Him messing with the whale guy. Like I said, I'm in the Alabasta arc right now. I mean, we're about to get to Luffy versus Crocodile for the first time. We went through the giants at Little Garden, I want to say. We got Chopper on the squad. That was a fun middle mini arc. Chopper is a great character. I've seen his face in art before, and I knew he was going to be part of the crew. So I've already had that spoiled for me. It's kind of hard to miss. This guy is a cute little guy, and obviously he's a popular dude. But I also was worried. I'm not going to like this guy. I feel like he's going to take me out of the series. I was wrong. His transformation ability, unique, very cool. His look, he can fight, he can heal. I love. That every member of the crew has their own unique job that they do. And on top of that, they can all fight for the most part. We get to meet this guy named Smoker. So far, he's pretty cool. He can turn himself into smoke. I really have no idea how Luffy's going to fight this guy head on down the line. The only reason he got away was from this hooded man, which I love. I love that Oda is putting these things in that I still am wondering what's going on. We find out that Luffy has a brother named Ace who's like Luffy, looks kind of like Luffy, but cooler with more abs. That's cool. I mean, that's pretty cool. Luffy is my favorite character, but man, this guy, fire manipulation, he can turn into fire? Jeez. I feel like... And he gives a piece of paper to Luffy. I mean, there's these little things that are being set up that I have to remember 10, 20 episodes, maybe longer, that are going to be paid off down the line. I'm like, oh yeah, that thing. And that's what I love about this series. If you have been waiting to watch One Piece, I'm telling you right here, right now, start. Just watch what's on Netflix. If you can only watch what's currently on Netflix in the English Funimation dub, you'll be a happy person, and I would be shocked if you didn't seek out another way to finish the series. I'm reading the manga. If I can't find it anywhere else to watch, I will just keep reading it until I do. This series is fantastic, and I'm so happy that I'm barely scratching the surface of it. And I'm going to update you guys when I get through the Alabasta arc on some more fun, exciting news of my journey on my One Piece extravaganza. I'm Mr. Morfetto. What do you think about One Piece? Have you watched it? Have you given it a shot? I say do it. Hop on the Grand Line. Get on the Going Merry. Join me on this bus, on this boat, on this pirate adventure. I'm Mr. Morfetto, and I will talk to you later.